the differences?
Really, I think people think there's a lot more than there is. You know, young men want to be coached. They want to be worked. We've had good people at both places, and I'm proud of Lee right now. I think Randy Glass and his staff's doing a good job there.
Again,
for Comcast subscribers.
Week of the Comcast High School Football Game of the Week finds us in Baldwin, Florida, where the home team, the Baldwin Indians, are set to play host to the Paxon Eagles tonight in our Comcast High School Football Game of the Week. Along with my broadcast partner, George Sorensen, I'm Terry Norvell. George, the Paxon Eagles come in with a sub-500 record, yet they've got a bowl game to play for. Tell us about that.
Well, an opportunity, Laz Index ranks second in the state for independence. So an opportunity with a win tonight to go 5-5 on the season, which would get them bowl eligible to get into a game hopefully a week from this Saturday.
Conversely, Baldwin comes into tonight's game with a 2-7 record, yet, George, multiple heartbreaking losses for the Indians.
Yeah, tough season, 2-7, but really 3 games that they had an opportunity to win, lost in a double overtime game, and a couple of last-minute losses. So really a team that had a chance to win 5 games this season.
But getting back to Paxon tonight on offense, when you see the football, there's a good chance a man by the name of West will have that ball under his arm.
Oh, it's a good opportunity. Aubrey West, that is. Look for him to be the athlete for the Paxon Eagles tonight. An opportunity that he will get the ball an awful lot in his hands, and that's the key for them to win this football game tonight.
And Baldwin head coach Doyle Hammock has kind of changed things up a little bit. Baldwin for years had been known for, or as a wing T type offense, running the ball most of the ball game, but this year they've got wide receivers and they've got a special quarterback, a 3-year starter in Phillip Powell. And I'll tell you one thing, he's thrown over 200 passes, and we can expect a few tonight.
Well, over 1,500 yards passing for this senior quarterback, 15 touchdowns to go along with that 1,500 yards. So, yeah, Terry, you're right. If they're going to win the football game tonight, he's going to put it in the air a lot, and they're going to have to make some key catches and stay away from, obvious penalties and stuff like that. But look for him to put the ball in the air to win the football game tonight for the Indians.
So that is the setup tonight. We've got a wing T offense with Paxon facing a shotgun spread-it out offense featured by the Baldwin Indians. Kickoff is next on the final Comcast High School Football Game of the Week.
You're watching Comcast 57, exclusive local programming for Comcast subscribers.
There's a channel for just about anything you want on TV. Sports, movies, cooking, and my favorite, music, 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 as well as more music. My friend Franklin here is talking about Music Choice.
Music Choice is where music happens, and it's available on digital cable.
Music Choice gives you the power to tap into dozens of non-stop music channels 24 hours a day. The power to have the music you want when you want it. The power to choose your favorite...
Oh, I want the power.
Take it easy, Franklin.
Sorry, man, but listen to what you get. Everything from classic R&B to today's country. 80s to solid gold oldies. 70s, gospel, R&B and hip-hop, rap, jazz.
Okay, teams getting ready now for the opening kickoff as we welcome you back to the 10th and final Comcast High School Football Game of the Week. As you can see, the red-clad Baldwin Eagles will be kicking off. Paxon will be receiving. Josh Simmons kicking off. Aubrey West, along with number 31, Tyrone Treadway, deep to receive the opening kickoff as we are just about underway here on the campus of Baldwin High School. West fields the kickoff, looking for a hole up the middle. He approaches the 35, where Paxon will set up their first offensive series. Aubrey West, there's a familiar scene. He will have the ball in his hands a lot tonight.
Well, we talked about Aubrey West, Terry, before the game, and he's had a couple of good games. Back at the beginning of this month, actually October, had a 10-yard touchdown catch with 27 seconds to play for a win against Keystone Heights. 14-10 win for the Paxon Eagles. Really kind of got them going into a bit of a win streak.
Number 7, Charles Rawlings, your starting quarterback. Paxon will run that wing T. Fullback Treadway across the 35 for a couple of yards. Hollingsworth on the stop for Baldwin, and we are underway here. George, as you were saying, Paxon kind of planning for a bowl berth now. They come in 4-5. They're an independent classification team. They're ranked number 2 in the state in the independent poll. If they can win and finish with a 500 record, they will knock heads with what looks to be the number 1 ranked independent team. So something to play for tonight in the final regular season game for Paxon. Bringing up second, and we'll call it 7 here on their own 37. Baldwin crowding the line, toss sweep, and the running back slipped down there as he was trying to make a cut, John Kennedy. So that'll bring up a third and now closer to 9 after the slip. Baldwin, George, will walk a lot of linebackers up close to the line of scrimmage tonight because that wing T, you really need to get players in the box. But Paxon conversely thinks they can throw out of this wing T.
Well, they will try to throw it, Terry, and they'll try to get the ball to West. As we mentioned, he's an athlete. He's a guy that they'll try to get the ball as many different ways as they can into his hands. An obvious passing situation here as they'll go out of the gun.
Rawlings in the shotgun, a couple of receivers to his right side. Over the middle, he throws it into traffic. Incomplete pass, but there's a flag down as Rawlings tried to hook up with Matt Watson.
Yeah, Eric Green got in there a little quick on that, Terry, and you saw the flag come flying out. That might get him a first down.
We are just underway here. Baldwin, the home team, taking on Paxon.
Well, the one thing that we do know, Terry, is that Baldwin's defense has been kind of susceptible this year to both the run and the pass, and they've given up a lot of points, so they are going to have to play a tough football game here tonight. We did, just 2 wins on the season, some opportunities, but the defense has failed them late in the game a couple times this year, and Paxon really comes in kind of hot 4 out of their last 6, so an opportunity for them, as we mentioned, to get into an independent bowl game.
We saw the replay of the pass interference. Paxon now will set up first down at midfield, right on midfield stripe. Misdirection handoff for a solid gain. Philip Baskins there on the carry. Brought down by Kyle Wenzel. And also Chad Hollingsworth, who is the leading tackler. Yes, he's the leading tackler on this Baldwin team. He kind of calls the signals and really spearheads this Baldwin defense. 8 sophomore starters on defense. Kind of explains the record for Baldwin.
Yeah, and Hollingsworth,
they're talented yet young.
Hollingsworth just one of the seniors out there.
Second and a long 4. Across the 40-yard line, getting down near the Baldwin 35 was Treadway on the carry. That will be first down yardage.
Good looking run right there by Treadway, and picking up a first down. A good hard running inside, and Paxon on the move early. Going to get a good look at it right here, just a straight handoff, and he'll pick up the first down. Host of Baldwin guys around the ball, but not until after a first down carry.
Boy, Paxon very slow out of the huddle here as they rush up to the line. Good home crowd. Final home game for Baldwin. There's another misdirection handoff. John Kennedy again on the first down carry, and he scratches out about 5 before Josh Simmons brings him down. Simmons, our kickoff man a moment ago for Baldwin.
Yeah, Simmons, a big kid, 6'3", 181-pound senior. And, you mentioned a lot of sophomores on that defense, a couple of seniors. We've called their names early on here, Hollingsworth and now Simmons. But you're going to need to get some plays out of those younger guys.
2nd and 7 for the Paxon Eagles. Handoff to Aubrey West. He was stopped short of the first down, bringing up 3rd, and we'll call it 4. Paxon coached by Doug Perizzo, and of course his counterpart tonight, Doyle Hammock, the head coach for the Baldwin Indians. Third down now, and 4 from the 30-yard line of Baldwin. Impressive opening drive for Paxson. We'll check the spot there. It looks like the clock has been stopped, signaling yardage has been gained for the first down. Looked like Treadway again on the carry, so Paxson continues their ground assault here.
Treadway, just a junior. You saw him, good look at him right there. He's really been a key on this drive so far. Terry has kept the chains moving on a couple of third down runs. Just getting the ball across the yardstick where it needs to go, and impressive looking and using up some good clock here by the Eagles.
Two-back set for Paxson. Running back stacked at the line of scrimmage. First big stop or negative yardage play for Baldwin as Treadway had nowhere to go. Kenny Lenz there among several players, along with Van Sickle for Baldwin. Again, Baldwin's so young on defense. They come in giving up 30 yards or 30 points per game. But, I mean, George, 8 sophomores, the 2 leading tacklers, 2 linebackers that were the leading tacklers from last year were dismissed from this Baldwin team. And, you know, that's a blow that it takes time to get over. Out to the right side, and a nice job of stringing the play out by Baldwin, as John Kennedy really never got anywhere to duck into. Simmons along with Lenz on the tackle for Baldwin. So a big third down now as Paxson has just ground this half of this first quarter, George, away with this wing T pass or running attack. One pass incomplete, yet the penalty put the ball on the midfield stripe for Paxson.
Big down.
3rd and 8 here.
Big down for the defense.
Rawlings looking to pass. He's going deep. He's got a receiver behind the defense. That will be a touchdown. Rawlings to Watson for the score from 25 yards out. So the first completed pass for Paxson on the night goes for our first score at 6:24 in the first quarter. Paxson has jumped ahead.
Well, a couple of weeks ago against Episcopal, Matt Watson had 3 catches for 106 yards and 2 touchdowns. So if there's a guy they want to go to deep, he is the other big athlete on this Eagles team, and you saw him right there catch the touchdown pass.
Anthony Edwards on for the extra point. Kick is up and good. So Paxson, a very impressive ground-oriented opening possession.
Good play fake right here by the quarterback, and just going to offload one right here, and a pitch and catch for the touchdown. Beat the defender out there, Eric Green, and that's good enough for 6, and the extra point will give you 7. And you're right, Terry, just an impressive drive by the Paxson Eagles to open up this football game. An impressive long drive, really, a drive that ate up a lot of clock, and capped off by a nice long touchdown pass.
Number 2, Johan Smith, and number 4, Keith Brown will go deep along with Eric Green for Baldwin to receive the kickoff. Kicking the ball off will be, looks like Anthony Edwards again. So Baldwin looking to get their hands on this football after their defense yielded a opening score. From the 10, Baldwin returns it up near the 25. Eric Green on the carry there. So Baldwin will set up their spread shotgun offense for the first time tonight in their all red. The seniors decided to wear all red their final home game. They also voted to wear all red last week against their arch rival Hilliard. That was a game that Baldwin lost, but they wanted to go all red their final game of this 2004 season.
I like the red.
Philip Powell, big quarterback. Number 7 from the familiar shotgun formation. Crowley and Smith on either side, as Baldwin will absolutely spread the field out all night. Or actually 21 now, excuse me, not number 2. Greg Johnson, the big workhorse, gets his first carry.
Yeah, Dominic Perkins staying at home, making a tackle right there. And I tell you, Terry, after this play, I'll make my point, but
Johnson came in with over 700 yards on the season, kind of the workhorse when the Indians decide to put the ball on the ground. 2nd and 8, we'll call it. Powell flushed out, Powell chased, and Powell will be brought down for a sack. Brandon Campbell, a sophomore, shows some terrific speed. That will set up a 3rd and we'll call it 15.
Well, nice play right there. And really, you look at Paxon and what they've done in the second half of the season, Terry, a team that has won 4 of their last 6 games. You'll get a look at the sack right here. And a team that they really had an opportunity last week to beat Hamilton County up 14-0 on them and really let that one get away. So a team that has really got things working on all cylinders right now.
Looks like a little screen set up. Yes, indeed, and there's a lot of room in the middle of the field across the 30, but that will come up just short. As was that Johnson again? On the screen pass, I like the call. 3rd and long, executed well, but Paxon closed quickly. That'll bring up 4th, and we'll call it 2. Well, so it looks like Powell is back to punt here, as Paxon is in a punt safe here. Not sure what Baldwin wants to do here, as the Indians are still running players on. Eric Green trotting onto the field for Baldwin. Charles Rollins deep to receive the punt from his counterpart, Philip Powell. Lazy punt, hits near the 40, takes a Baldwin roll inside the 30. Call it the 29 for Paxon's 2nd offensive series of the ball game. The Eagles leading the Indians 7-0 with 4:14 remaining in the 1st quarter. Shaky first offensive possession with a shotgun spread offense of Baldwin.
Well, the key right now is on the defense. They have got to get a stop here. A 3 and out would be nice, and let your offense get back out on the field so they can try to get you back in the football game, but really cannot allow another long drive by the Eagles here.
Keep an eye on Big Aubrey West, number 1, split out wide as Paxon again goes to the ground for a gain. Treadway again on the carry. Really the workhorse so far for Paxon. Tell you one thing, Paxon will do this all night. They'll take half-quarter drives all night and go get on the bus with a win if Baldwin's not able to shut this running attack down.
Well, you've seen what the play action will do for you. Obviously, the long touchdown completion was keyed by all of the hard inside running by Treadway. And they are sticking to game plan right here.
2nd and a short 6. Toss to Kennedy. He gets across the 35-yard line.
Well, and a good-looking run's going to set up a short
there they go,
down.
George. They went from Baldwin to Indians. Did they pull it off? Did they pull it off? Yes, they did. They pulled it off. They went Baldwin, then they went Indians on us.
Well, Terry, I think they went red, white, so they couldn't get it wrong unless the whites and the reds somehow got shuffled around there.
That's kind of a checks and balances, double check system they have here at Baldwin to get that spelling right. 3rd and call it a short 3. Toss sweep to West. Boy, it looked like he wanted to throw it there for a moment. He is being strung out.
Big play right there.
Strung out there. Tyler Wright, it looked like. Along with Kyle Wenzel as well coming out of that pile. So that'll bring up a 4th down. Big 3 and out there for the Baldwin defense.
Well, just what we talked about. They needed a big 3 and out, and they got it. So now you get your offense back out on the field and let them try to do something with the football.
Smith and Hollingsworth back deep for Baldwin to receive the punt from Arthur Tyre. Tyre's into it high, relatively short punt. It will hit at the 39, take kind of a neutral bounce. Now it takes a Baldwin bounce. Downed by VJ Malay, or excuse me, down by Alex Candelaria. So Baldwin gained some yardage there after that 3 and out. Defensive coordinator Lance Smith, a nice adjustment there. 3 and out after his defense got ran on down the field. The first Paxon possession.
Well, that's exactly what they needed. You got to get the ball in the hands of your quarterback, Philip Powell, the playmaker. Let him come out and have another crack at it.
Powell dropping, getting pressured. He's attempting to hit a corner route. Hollingsworth Could not quite get to that good-looking spiral there, though, under heavy duress.
Yeah, Dominic Perkins, the 10th grader, defensive end, all over Phillips right there. And good of him just to stick in there. And actually, Jeremy Huggins also, the senior linebacker, all in the face of Phillips.
2nd and 10 for the Indians. Baldwin in the red, Paxon in the white jerseys tonight. Powell with an inside handoff. Johnson just couldn't find much yardage. Really back to the line of scrimmage, bringing up a 3rd and 10.
Well, the Eagles kind of had that play snuffed out, Terry. They had 7 guys in the box, and they were anticipating a run, and that's exactly what they got. Going to bring up a long 3rd down now for the Indians.
Ron Pruitt, the defensive coordinator for Doug Parizeau's Paxon Eagles. Parizeau, the O coordinator, and they kind of switched 3 weeks into the season. Powell looking, dumps a pass off complete. There's a cutback near midfield. Stanley Brown on the reception, but Brown will come up short.
Well, Jeremy Huggins, the big linebacker, before the game, head coach Paraway said, you know, he averages about 14 tackles a game, and there you saw him make a big play on 3rd down. It looked like they were going to get loose with Stanley Brown, but no. He said, no, going to make a tackle, force a punt.
Rollins deep to receive this potential punt from near midfield. As Powell hits an end over end, that may work out well, but Rollins does a good job saving some yardage. He's run out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. With 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Paxon will go on offense for the 3rd time.
Well, I like what I see out of the Paxon defense. Boy, oh boy, they are all over this Indians offense. And we know that the Indians can score some points. Where we figured we'd see them have a little bit of trouble was on defense. But the offense has been stymied here early by a Paxon Eagles defense that is all over the field right now.
Rollins returns the punt, and then he gets the pleasure to go run the offense for Paxon. Motion by Kennedy. Treadway finds a little yardage. Hollingsworth, boy, we've said that name a lot. In on the tackle again. I guess that's how you lead a team in tackles.
Yeah, but not until after about a 7-yard carry. And Treadway right now is really the workhorse for this Eagles offense. Just their 3rd possession of the game, and he's had to have carried the ball about eight or so times already.
2nd and a long 4 for the Eagles. There's our man Treadway again. Power football. Up across the right at the 30-yard line before Smith brings Treadway down, but not before the 1st down is gathered. So that will end the first quarter here from Baldwin. Paxon leading 7-0. And on the drive again. As you see the teams heading to their sidelines, we'll take a break. 1 quarter in the books. Paxon leading Baldwin 7-0.
You're watching Comcast 57, exclusive local programming for Comcast subscribers.
How many times do we have to do this? I run, you catch me. It's not complicated.
For some reason, I think this part's funny.
Now you can order your favorite movies right from home and rewind your favorite parts again and again.
Oh, here we go again.
On Demand is here. Pick a show, play it whenever with Comcast Digital Cable.
You're watching Comcast 57, exclusive local programming for Comcast subscribers.
Good look at the Paxon crowd that's made its way to Baldwin High School. First play, 2nd quarter, Paxon on offense. 1st and 10 from their 30-yard line, leading 7-0. Rawlings looking to go deep. He's got that man again. He's got Watson inside the 25, down inside the 20, marking at the 19. So Rollins to Watson again.
51 yards on the catch, Terry, and hit Watson in stride. Boy, oh boy, that was a good-looking pass from the quarterback, Rollins. And you know that's what running the football will do for you, Terry. It sets up the pass, and right now the Eagles are able to do both here on this Indians defense, and boy, they look impressive.
Paxon again looking to get into the end zone. Treadway breaking tackles as Huffsettler had a crack at Treadway, but Treadway ran through it. Lentz finally brings down the running back, but not before some positive yardage. About 7 full yards gained.
Yeah,
referee tonight, Ray Ribeiro. Umpire, James Owens. Head linesman, Joe Cavello. Line judge, Clarence James. Back judge, Alan Morrow. And your clock operator, James DeArmond. Second and, we'll call it a solid 4. Ooh, big stick there. Big stick. Huffsettler. He had a guy run through him a moment ago, but not this time. Huffsettler, a sophomore, by the way. I mean, Baldwin littered with some young players. 8 sophomores on defense.
Well, Terry, just 12 seniors on the entire football team. And, you know, with 50, 60 some odd kids down there, that means you got a lot of returning players, a lot of kids to pull from for next season. And, you know, some tough losses this year, but a lot of room to grow.
3rd and short. Rawlings looking pressured. He's scrambling, looking. He's inside the 10, inside the 5. Dives. And he will be marked out right at the pylon. Good news, bad news for Baldwin. Good news, he didn't score. Bad news, that man, Charles Rawlings, did get a first down. So it'll be first and absolute goal as Baldwin sends in their goal line defense. Big Mike Crawford, the defensive tackle, 6'3".
Here it is,
about
Terry.
340.
See him get flushed out of the pocket right there, and he's just going to try to make something happen himself. And I tell you, a couple weeks ago against Episcopal, 3 touchdown passes and 1 on the ground. So Rawlings is definitely a guy. You've seen him through the air and now on the ground.
First and goal, Treadway up the middle. And I'll tell you one thing, there are a host of red jerseys there. He is not in the end zone. Boy, Josh Simmons chasing Rawlings down. Just couldn't get there the previous play. Second and goal now for Paxon.
You know, and we may actually see Rollins at wide receiver a little bit tonight as well, Terry. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as they like to bring in Hubend into the backup quarterback in and throw the football out there to Rollins. We've seen him look a little elusive right there on that run.
Good situation to fake a dive and roll that athletic quarterback out. Second and goal. There it is, a little fake toss sweep, rolling that athletic quarterback. Rollins trying to get in behind a block by Aubrey West, and he does. He sneaks into the left side of the end zone. So Charles Rollins right in the middle of all the action so far for Paxon.
Yeah, just able to beat Smith to the corner there. Got a nice block out there by Aubrey West and dives into the end zone for 6. And a good look at the quarterback making his way over there off the field. And I tell you, 2 impressive scoring drives out of 3 times that they've had the football are the Paxon Eagles.
Looking to add another point here to their 13-0 lead. Placement is banged through there by Anthony Edwards. So at 9:27 remaining in the first half, Paxon has opened up a 14-0 lead on the Baldwin Eagles. We'll step aside and we'll bring you the kickoff. Baldwin trying to get that goose egg off the board when we come back on the Comcast High School Football Game of the Week.
You're watching Comcast 57, exclusive local programming for Comcast subscribers.
It entertains you.
It informs you.
It inspires you.
And now?
Your television will obey you.
Introducing On Demand from Comcast Digital Cable. Choose from a variety of cable shows, kids programming, even sports, and get hundreds of hit movies for what you're used to paying now.
And anything you select
is under your control!
pause, rewind, again and again.
On Demand is here.
Pick a show, play it whenever.
On Demand, only with Comcast Digital Cable.
I like bugs. Dead bugs. I collect them. They're no longer living. Sometimes I send them to my friends. I learn everything I can about them. The thorax. These are my little friends. What can I say? I'm very passionate.
Everything we do is about connecting you to the stuff you love most. Comcast.
You're watching Comcast 57, exclusive local programming for Comcast subscribers.
Edwards ready to kick off for Paxon. Smith, Brown, and Green, the try-return men for Baldwin. It is dropped there momentarily by Smith. He tries to fight up the middle, gets across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Baldwin really needs a score here.
Well, it looked like Calvin Wright came in. Here we'll get another look at the touchdown. Just a fake pitch like you mentioned, Terry, quarterback keeper. You'll see the block out there right there.
Yeah, there's that block we saw.
And just beat Smith into the corner of the end zone right there. So a nice little 1-yard touchdown run for Rollins.
Big series here for Baldwin. They go 4 wide, 1 running back now. Little option out of that shotgun. Powell tucks it in and gets across the 30 out to the 31-yard line. Big series here for Baldwin.
Really is. They need to run some clock and try to get some points on the board. You see him right there, try to use the big guy, Powell, to run the football a little bit. He's ran the ball for over 500 yards, almost 600, Terry, this season, and 6 touchdowns.
2nd and 6 for the Indians. Powell looking, going deep. He's got a receiver. He's got a receiver. Stanley Brown. Almost looked like he may not have seen the ball.
Yeah, something happened there. He kind of stopped running.
Thought maybe he pulled a hammy there for a minute, but he's running fine there. Almost like he might have lost the ball. The configuration of the lights here really would not suggest that the lights would have been a problem, but it was a strange looking into that pass.
Well, you'll see it here. A good look at Powell, but not sure if he thought he could get there. Maybe he thought there was a center fielder out there getting ready to lower the boom.
Powell looking, going deep again. That same man, Brown. The back judge goes down, Brown goes down, everybody's down.
Well, and actually it was pretty good coverage out there by Matt Watson on the play, and that ball is going to fall incomplete, and a 3 and out is not what the Baldwin Indians needed right there. They really needed to get some momentum going and at least run some clock.
Looked like a sniper got back judge Alan Morrow there.
Hey, we had some fun with them before the game, didn't we?
Sure did. We saw some of the Baldwin cheerleaders there a moment ago. We'll tell you about the cheerleading coach. There's a short punt by Powell. Takes a great Baldwin roll and will be touchdown at the Paxon 35 with 8:26 remaining in the first half. Paxon takes over leading 14-0. Cheerleading captain for Baldwin, Caitlin Kraft. The cheerleading coach, Kim Murray, who teaches science. We also have been hearing and seeing a little bit of the Baldwin band under the direction of John Wayne Wilkerson. Drum major Adrian King. That Baldwin band, very accomplished, George Sorensen. Paxon ready to go now. As the ball was touched a little bit further downfield as Paxon set up shop actually at their 37. No gain on first down.
Well, Terry, this is an Indians team that hasn't won in 6 weeks, a team that, this is your last stand, you're at home, a team that has scored 127 points the last month of the season.
Wow.
And does not have a win to show for it. And
young defense.
Yeah, a young defense, and a defense right now that has their heels really, gosh.
It's against the wall there. Misdirection there as Kennedy gains big yardage. 12 solid yards by Kennedy before Tyler Wright for Baldwin. Baldwin brings him down, but that'll be a first down. Paxon right at midfield.
Good look at the senior, John Kennedy, right there. And just continue to move the chains and let the clock do the work.
Yeah, we keep harping on how young this Baldwin defense is. One game this year, Baldwin lost in overtime. Double overtime, actually. Their offense scored 8 touchdowns and gained over 500 yards. But, I mean, that's the growing pains of a young football team. These sophomores, good news, they'll become seniors soon. Motion there. Handoff crossing midfield into Baldwin territory. Big gain. Baskins on the run inside the 25 for Paxon.
Boy, Baskins would not be denied right there. What a great carry that was by Philip Baskins, the senior. Couple opportunities by Indians on that play. You're going to get a look at it right here. Just that sweep. He will cut back right here and just try to get off to the races. They slowed down a bit right there, and a tackle from behind by Tyler Wright. Back-to-back plays for Tyler Wright, but boy, a nice long carry there by Baskins.
I know we're still in the first half, but several 3-and-outs by the Baldwin offense now has got this Baldwin defense facing a number of plays in the first half. Rollins keeps. He has ran out of bounds there. Good job by the defense that time there of Baldwin, led by Thomas Foraker among friends in red.
Terry, you got to wonder also, before the game we had a chance to talk to head coach Doug Parazow, and you know, he talked to us about the whole lands index and all that stuff. Said, you know, we haven't even mentioned it to the kids yet. We're about to unveil it in the locker room. You think that maybe that didn't get them a little jacked up for this football game tonight?
And referring to the lands index, which ranks independent high schools, of which Paxon is, they are ranked number 2 in the independent poll. With a win tonight, they will go to a bowl game. As stringing it out there, terrific defensive play there by Johan Smith. So back-to-back plays that were strung out by the Baldwin defense. But going back to the Independent Bowl, 4-5, Paxon comes in. They have to get to 5-5. You can't go postseason playing with a losing record. So, as you said, Coach Parizeau dropped that bomb on. Hey, boys, you going to play next week? Bowl game? Go get the win.
Yeah, and I asked Coach, I said, Coach, one word that describes your football team. He says, heart. This team has got a lot of heart, and really, if you look at how they started this season off and where they're at right now, really, you got to believe that that's a true statement.
Power football. Ball was on the ground. Let's check the fumble. The ball popped out. Treadway had a helmet popping on that ball, and it went straight up in the air. Looks like it will remain with Paxon as referee Ray Ribeiro. Brandon Roth recovered it for Paxon, one of the big offensive linemen. Saves the drive, but it will bring up 4th down. Paxon will try a long field goal. Anthony Edwards will attempt about a 35-yarder here. Good snap. Kick is up. It's high enough. It's long enough. It is good. Anthony Edwards extends the Paxon lead to 17-0 with a 35-yard field goal. Good-looking field goal there.
Certainly was. The extra point a minute ago, I was going to make a comment. I was going to say, you know, we've seen the paramedics do a whole lot this year with injured players having to come out on the field for a couple of games for kids. And the paramedic out there made a nice catch on the extra point a few minutes ago. And
well, maybe he's studying in medical school still. He's trying to go from paramedic to surgeon with those hands, Georgie.
Good point, Terry.
Wow, how about that? I mean, that was a high, long field goal.
Well, my point was going to be that he has plenty of leg, because if you look at where the ambulance is all the way back behind the goal post, that's a shot for an extra point.
Well, you're not kidding. You're not whistling Dixie there, George. 17-0 is where we stand. 5:02 remaining in the first half. I'm Terry Norvell with my broadcast partner, George Sorensen. Have we really banged out 10 of these already? Our 10th and final regular season Comcast High School football game of the week. Short kickoff there, fielded by an up man. Great field position for Baldwin, just about at their own 40-yard line as Jack Householder took the short kickoff and did something with it, let me tell you.
Terry, I haven't gone out on a limb all season long, so I figured I'd pick week 10. My limb that I'm going out on right here is the Indians need to take a drive down the field and score some points.
They're a wild man, George Sorensen, I tell you. Mark it at the 39, just shy of their 40, is where the red-clad Indians will take over.
Well, you know how I like to live on the edge, Terry.
You're a wild man, George. Paxon methodically has built a 17-0 lead here in the first half. There's a keeper by the quarterback. Turning the corner for some yardage there. Phillip Powell. That was a quarterback sweep the whole way there.
Well, that might be the best first down play for the Indians here tonight. Nice 6-yard carry there by the quarterback.
Hollingsworth, Haskell, Brown, Crowley, Smith. The receivers that came into this ball game with 10 or more catches. But this offense just can't quite get started right now. Powell again on the keeper. Powell with blocking. Powell inside Eagle territory. Powell down to the Paxon 45. So back-to-back quarterback sweeps.
I'm just hanging out there on that limb, Terry. Just hanging out.
Still on that limb, George? Where's my hacksaw at?
Well, I figured I wasn't going to leave anything in the tank tonight, and Powell right now, I'm gonna hang my hat on Phillip Powell and say he's going to have to bring us back.
1st and 10 for Baldwin inside Paxon territory. They haven't been there much, if any, tonight. Inside handoff after the two quarterback keepers. That's Johnson fighting and churning inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line. Excellent offense there by Doyle Hammett. Quarterback left, quarterback right. Feed it to your big horse right there, Greg Johnson, for a big run. Big gain on the ground for Baldwin.
Out of the gun right there. Greg Johnson came into the game, 118 carries, 821 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Hard running right here, trying to get his Indians back into this football game, and got them down inside the red zone now. And a nice hard run, as you mentioned, Terry, by Greg Johnson. Just a good second effort. And
Paxon head coach Doug Perizzo and, of course, defensive coordinator Ron Pruitt not at all happy with his defense. So Paxon takes the timeout. Greg Johnson, oh, by the way, a sophomore.
Another one of those young guys.
You better get Baldwin now, I'll tell you that.
Hey, if he has a big game tonight, he could go over 1,000 yards as a 10th grader. That's a pretty impressive feat.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Baldwin really needs to bang this one in here.
Hold on a second. That limb is not very big, Terry. I think the two of us, we might not fit out there.
Doyle Hammock, the head coach for Baldwin, liking what he's seeing here as his offense has finally found a bit of a spark. And it was that man, number 7, the quarterback, with his legs, not his arm, that started it. Fake inside handoff, wide open receiver, just overthrown. Johan Smith. Wow. Johan had nobody around him.
He was there, Terry. Well, and you saw what that was on the play. It was play action. You were able to run the football, and now all of a sudden you can open up the passing lanes and just overshot the intended receiver.
Wow. 2nd and 10 for Baldwin. Powell standing tall, looking to pass, flushed out of there. He will gain some yardage before being pulled down by Trey Ford first. Also in on the tackle, Calvin Wright, the junior defensive end.
Well, nobody there. Take off and run. Pick up some positive yardage, give you an opportunity on 3rd down anyway.
3rd and 6 for Baldwin. Under 4 minutes remaining in the first half. The home-standing Indians in the red, trailing 17-0.
Blitz.
Powell flush to his left. He dumps off the pass. Now there is a big-time catch. Vay Pascal, who told me before the game, pronounce my name right, Mr. TV guy, came up, very nice guy, said, you can call me Vay and the name's Pascal. I'm going to do something special. What about this catch?
Out of the gun. Here's my man, Powell, just going to roll to his left and throw one out there, lead his guy.
Woo! Our first game of the year, the Barton Trail receiver, I can't think of his name, made what we thought was the catch of the year. That's right there next to it. First and goal, inside handoff to Johnson. Johnson is tackled. Late flag comes in from the back judge, Alan Morrow. It's been a pretty penalty-free first half. Baldwin really now at 3:04 remaining in the first half, trailing by 17. Baldwin really in no man's land. They have to score a touchdown here. It'll be a face mask against Paxon. Ray Ribeiro, the referee, signaling it on the defense. So Baldwin will inch ever so much closer to that Paxon goal line.
Yeah, and I think it'll stay first down too, Terry.
First and goal now. From the 1 yard line, we'll call it. Look at Pascal on the catch.
Whew. That was exciting. I tell you what, though, Terry, my limb, how's my limb looking right now?
I try not to look at your limb, George. First and goal, Baldwin. Johnson again inside, and he is in the end zone. Baldwin on the board now with 2:39 remaining on what was really a must drive for the Indians. That'll be his 7th touchdown of the game or season, Johnson.
Good look at him right there, too. I'm taking credit for that drive right there by the Baldwin Indians.
So you should. Baldwin always goes for 2. I think they've only, if memory serves me, converted 1 kick point after. Powell looking. Little finesse pass, caught, and the rule will be that the defender pushed the receiver out of bounds. 2-point conversion from Powell to Stanley Brown. So just like that, Baldwin trailing 17-8 now with 2:39 remaining in the first half.
Well, Stanley Brown, well, here's the touchdown run first. Nice hard inside run by Greg Johnson for the touchdown, a 1 yard run. And Terry, I tell you, it's amazing what being able to run the football do, but you get a look at the 2-point conversion. Just going to try to lob one in there and let him go up and get it. He will come down, ooh, ever so close, and the ball came out, but they gave it to him. And I must tell you that Stanley Brown, the leading receiver on this football team with 15 catches, 421 yards, 7 touchdowns. It averages 27.4 yards a catch he does.
And back up a little bit now. You mentioned 15 catches, 7 for touchdowns. I mean, there's a ratio for you. How about Stanley Brown, freshman Stanley Brown? Wow. Good news, bad news again for Baldwin. They're 2-7. That's the bad news. The good news for Doyle Hammock, and it could be bad news as well. The folks out here in Baldwin, Florida, are going to expect something next year. Simmons into the kickoff. Taken at the goal line, West looking for room up the middle. He is shot out of a cannon across the 40, the 45, 50. West in front of everybody. He's being chased down. He changes direction. Flag is on the play. Check the flag as West goes coast to coast. But we have a flag down. Wow, the all-everything athlete for Paxon, Aubrey West.
May have had a push in the back, Terry.
Goes goal line to goal line. Let's check Ray Ribeiro. Illegal block on Paxon. Wipes out the kickoff return for a touchdown. You hear the Baldwin home fans applauding that call. So a relatively penalty-free first half, yet we've had some laundry. Actually, from the 5 yard line, West took that kickoff, but we've had some laundry go against Paxon late in this first half.
Well, you'll get a look at it right here. We highlighted this guy before the football game, and now you know why.
Now, how did he feel him right here? Change direction and go 95 yards. Just a little conditioning sprint, though, as that is brought back
Well,
Mark that one down now, depending on what happens in the second half. Mark that play down.
Aubrey West, just an athlete you saw right there, and a guy that's being recruited, Florida's, USC's, some people like that. You saw a bunch of speed.
That's all he can round up? Wow, so negate the touchdown return. Set up shop for Paxon at their own 42 with 2:25 remaining. George, perfect time to go out on a limb with this Baldwin defense if you would like.
Well, I thought my limb may have broke right there, but I'll venture on out there again.
Rollins straight back for that man Watson again. He was open. The connection was not made, but boy, is that a good-looking athletic tight end, Matt Watson.
Boy, the safety has got to get over right there. It looked like they were in some kind of too-deep zone, and they just ran him right through the middle of it, Matt Watson, that is, and he was open, Terry.
Sure. 2nd and 10 nonetheless for Paxon. How big would a 3-and-out be for Baldwin right here?
Hey, I thought this Paxon team was a wing tee. They throw it more than any wing tee team I've ever seen.
Not only do they throw it, but Rollins throws a very catchable football. Tight spiral.
Look at this trips right here.
Little diamond formation to the right for Paxon. Rollins going deep. Going deep for West, overthrown. Tell you one thing now, 3rd and 10. Not much time off the clock. Late in the first half, 2:13 remaining. Baldwin, you can feel the momentum a little bit, shifting to the red team.
Well, this is an Eagles team that squandered a 14-point lead a week ago against Hamilton County, a game that head coach Parizeau thought that they could have easily won homecoming a week ago.
Paxon coach Parizeau wants to talk it over. Paxon has taken another timeout with 2:13 remaining. When we come back, Paxon on offense facing a 3rd and 13. You're watching the Comcast High School Football Game of the Week.
You're watching Comcast 57, exclusive local programming for Comcast subscribers.
3rd and 10 for Paxon. Big down here in the first half. Rollins looking to throw. Crossing route, double coverage, and West comes up with the catch. Flag down. Let's see which way. There's a lot of bumping. There was a lot of bumping. What a catch by Aubrey West, though. Oh, boy, you can't ask for much more. Baldwin
How in the world
had double coverage, and the pass was thrown to the player, receiver that was double covered. Interference, yes, I'm telling you, there was a lot of pushing. They're going to call West trying to gain space. West pushed off. Watch this replay, George, number 1.
Well, first of all, it's out of the gun, going to fake to the 3 receiver side and come back to the 1 receiver.
We just missed it there, but Tyler Wright, the front man on coverage.
How about that catch?
It was a great catch, but I think it was almost like instinctive. I don't think West really was conscious of it. He just instinctively looked to create some space, and he did. He pushed off ever so slightly.
Golly, I don't know about that, Terry. Woo. That was tough. That's a tough call, especially when a kid makes that great of a catch. Wow.
You know, it's been a tough year when one of your cheerleaders has got a bad knee. She had her knee wrapped up, George. Another one. 4th and about 30, we'll call it. We'll make that 3rd, and about 30 as Rollins is scrambling. Pass thrown up in the air. Incomplete as the down was played again after the penalty. So Baldwin with 1:46 should get decent field position. I didn't even see the Paxon band make it to the ballpark, George.
I think they just arrived, didn't they?
Did they just get here? As Paxon will really need a big punt here. We stand corrected now. That was 4th down.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Now, I'll tell you one thing now. Paxon has taken a timeout. I'm not so sure on this down mark here. If the penalty was against Paxon on the pass interference, right, they would have replayed the down. Because if they had not, are you telling me on the interference that Aubrey West caught the ball when it was called for interference, that wasn't 4th down. That was 3rd down. If you take the penalty, I'm not so sure. We'll have to check on these on the downs here, but the Paxon coaching staff very calm on the sideline.
Well, that could be a huge call right there, and
unless everybody in the press box missed it. Nonetheless, that's a huge.
Oh, that is huge. That is absolutely.
I mean, why would you go for it 4th down and 30? For goodness sake.
At your own 27.
There we go. We're being corrected now. Loss of down on offensive pass interference. So just a killer penalty as James DeArmond catches it up with the loss of down on offensive pass interference. The pass is away, incomplete. Smith trying to get his hands on that. What a just crushing penalty there, George.
Well, and you got to wonder if the coaching staff on the far side did not know what the rule was right
there's
there.
where we're at. I'm almost positive, not throwing any coaching staff under the bus, but I'm almost positive that snuck up on the Paxon coaching staff, because by throwing the 4th down pass, it stopped the clock, turned the ball over. Absolutely. That got by the Paxon coaching staff. You would never go for it on 4th and 30. Inside screen to Johnson. He's got room. Pulled down. No, he is not down. Still running. Close to a 1st down. Little screen pass has been good to the Indians. Looks like a 1st down. Clock will stop momentarily as the chains are moved. Wow, 2 huge plays in the first half. The kickoff return for a touchdown called back on the penalty, and the pass interference penalty that, George, I'm telling you, the Paxon coaching staff had one to get away from them there.
Well, and a great call right there, Terry, with the blitzing defense. Again,
inside handoff, Johnson dragging tacklers.
Number 21, Greg Johnson on the carry up the middle.
Well, and really plenty of time for the Indians down around the 10-yard line. You don't want to do anything stupid here, obviously, but a good run on 1st down picks up about 5 yards, and you are well within striking distance, and you're absolutely right, Terry. That call right there on 4th down at your own 27-yard line just had to be some confusion over on the far sideline.
But again, it was 4th and 25 to 30 yards. Certainly you would not go for it there. But I hearken back to the kickoff return. That was that ensuing drive. If there's no flag, the kickoff is run back for a touchdown. You don't have any of that. That kickoff return from 95 yards, it was called back, was huge here in the first half.
Well, my tree limb broke right there, Terry, but, you know, it was...
now, I'll give you that tree limb.
I stayed my execution, if you will, and right now, goodness gracious, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, and it's a 1-point football game at the half.
Paxon defense really called upon now here to save what was a terrific offensive performance by the Eagles here in the first half. Powell scrambling, Powell throwing. Are you kidding me? I thought Pascal had another one.
Number 7, Philip Powell pass is intended for number 8, Faye Pascal.
Faye Pascal, man, showing good hands.
Number 20.
Well, and Paxson is not afraid to blitz Powell and really forcing him outside the pocket. Doesn't feel real comfortable throwing the ball down the field, having to roll out of the pocket, and just kind of a ball in the dirt right there.
Saw Doyle Hammock, the 7th-year head coach for Baldwin, changed from the wing tee to this wide-open offense. Fake inside handoff. Powell looking to run. Powell tucking Powell inside the 5. Powell fights to the 1-yard line, out of bounds, stopping the clock. That'll bring up a 1st and goal with 52 seconds remaining in the first half. Oh, how this half has turned momentum-wise.
Well, a heads-up play by Powell. You're going to see it right here. Fakes the inside handoff. Now he's going to roll to his left. Doesn't see anything. Finally decides to tuck it and run. He'll pick up the 1st down, as you mentioned, Terry, being knocked out of bounds by the big-time linebacker Jeremy Huggins, but not until after he picks up a 1st down. And with 52 seconds to play, Terry, at about the 2-yard line, boy, how old momentum has changed.
I'd run the same play. I'd get that quarterback out on that corner. Looks like some confusion by Baldwin. And they will take a timeout.
Smart call. Don't do anything stupid right there, and make sure you got the right personnel and the right play call.
Baldwin head coach Doyle Hammock. See right there in the huddle. Let's see if we can listen in to the play.
Hey, let's go, baby. Here we go. Let's get it in the end zone. Okay. Look, we still got one timeout left, so we're no hurry. We're in good shape. We're not going to use it after this next play. This will be second down. We got plenty of time to get up and go. Okay. Here we go. Everybody got it?
Yeah, come on, was that a calm enough huddle for you? We got one timeout. Plenty of time. Don't want to use it. Second down. I mean, everything you needed.
Well, and I like the fact that he told him we've got one timeout. We have plenty of time, and we don't have to use it right here after this play. So, you know, if they don't get in the end zone, look for them to stay calm and run third down before they call the timeout.
Eric Green will be the running back on the hip of quarterback Powell, number 7 there. First and goal, 52 seconds remaining first half. Baldwin, the home team in the red, trailing 17-8. Powell awaiting the snap. Paxon showing blitz. Powell, little option look. Powell ducking his head. Powell is in the end zone. Philip Powell in the end zone from 1 yard out. So a couple of 1 yard touchdown runs for Baldwin has put them right back in this ball game.
Boy, the big senior just lowered his head, and he had to fight for every inch of that yard.
As is the case for Baldwin. They go for 2. Powell looking. Powell scrambling behind the line. He finds his receiver. Are you kidding me? Thorne Crowley on the reception end. A 9th grader is Crowley. 17-16 Baldwin trailing now. Back-to-back touchdowns, back-to-back 2-point conversions. And we've got a great first half about to go in the books.
Here it is, the touchdown run. Like I said, just lowers his head, takes it right at Jimmy Marlowe and says, I am going to get every inch of this yard for the touchdown.
You know what's happened? Powell scrambling really has the Paxon defense on their heels.
Yeah, and that's what made this play successful, is the fact that he has run the football and was able to make the Eagle defenders come up and defend him, and which left a wide open Cowley.
Pardon me for tripping on you, but did you see the way he ran laterally? That man right there, Philip Powell, showing good presence, knowing where that line of scrimmage is at, and he, as opposed to going, you know, north and south, went a little bit east and west to buy him some time.
Well, and he's also a basketball player here at Baldwin, and that right there is kind of a basketball move, really, Terry. I mean, just kind of pitching the ball out there almost like a pass that you would make down low to one of your forwards or a guard for a layup. And really,
good point. Head up, kind of a basketball move. Head up, looking for an open player. Number 6 now will be doing the kicking off. Stanley Brown. Oh, a little bit of a onside shank, I think that was actually. I think that was a little shank there. I'll tell you one thing now, 47 seconds remaining. And Paxon takes over from the Baldwin 45.
Oh my goodness.
Take a look at Brown there.
Here it is. Oh yeah, that was not exactly as planned. As you see,
I'll tell you one thing. That's out of bounds, isn't it?
hey, bunch of guys trying to get out of the way of that thing.
I'll tell you one thing, no laughing matter for the Baldwin defense now. They've got to defend 47 seconds from the 45-yard line. Rollins looking for that man, Matt Watson, the tight end, overthrown. He was open, but overthrown. Here's another point. Paxon has taken a lot of timeouts here in the first half.
Well, yeah, I don't believe Paxon has a timeout left, so they cannot stop the clock. Therefore, you'd have to say they are not going to run the football here, just for the simple fact that tackled in bounds and the clock could very well run out before you get another playoff.
Man, that kickoff reminded me of you on the golf course, Sorensen.
Good call, Terry Norvell.
2nd and 10 from the 45 of Baldwin. Don't forget now,
Many a day the guy in the cart had some problems with one of my shanked balls.
Trips to the right. Looking left, though, is Rollins. He's brought down, and as you said, no timeouts left. Brought down by Kyle Wenzel. I was going to say, Anthony Edwards has already banged a 35-yard field goal for Paxon, yet now it's 3rd and 13. Paxon really doesn't look like they're in a big hurry. I would take one shot at the end zone as we are at 15 seconds and rolling. I'm not even sure Paxon's really interested in snapping one more play. Why would you not throw one in the end zone, though, just for the heck of it? Trips to the right again. This will be the final play if it gets off. It barely gets off. 0-0's on the clock. Rollins in all kind of trouble, and he will go down. So Baldwin will take a ton of momentum into the halftime locker room. Kyle Wenzel again. That will expire the time here in the first half. The red-clad Baldwin Indians are fired up going to the locker room. Our halftime score, Paxon leading Baldwin 17-16.
You're watching Comcast 57, exclusive local programming for Comcast subscribers.